is. There's nothing like onion and mayonnaise on some hot, greasy food. Nothing. Yes, I know. I pay the price now. I'm sick for a day. Oh, but it's good going down. Oh, but coming out. Dun, 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 dun. So let's talk about the nutrition aspect of what we need to know. And Cyprian, you want to share, because a lot of people are asking about how do they know they have this issue. We talk about losing your gut. You know, once you say lose your gut, famous lose their mind because they want to have a flat belly.
Right.
Like Shay, even though she had 5 children.
It's possible.
Okay, it's unfair. Can you believe it?
She probably didn't have selenium in her. So
Exactly. No, but she runs like an immigrant being chased. That's why.
That's a very picturesque.
She runs like she's at the detention center on Carmichael Road.
Speaking about running, Chrissy, where were you this morning at 4 a.m.?
Huh? What? Was this my... Hello? Shay, it rained. Now, you know it started
The
raining.
thing is, it rained, and
Once it rains, I go back to bed.
Aaron sent me a text, and shortly after, like around 4:35, the rain stopped. So we did our entire training this morning.
Yes, they told me that you had them on the sand doing skipping.
Yeah, well,
Are you out of your mind?
Skip to Malou, my darling.
You know what?
Yes.
But can I say, even though I hate the routine,
Yeah.
it works. Because if you could take a couch potato like me, 350 pounds, and a year later running a half marathon, obviously it works.
It does.
350. Cyprian, you remember when I came to the office that day and I had a meltdown? Actually, on your scale, it was 362. Lord, I was like, Lord.
Oh yes, I
Remember that? I remember I started crying and hollering. Cyprian's like, Cyprian's like, calm down. This can be fixed.
Yeah.
Calm
This
down.
bedside manner is just so wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I love about Cyprian. Cyprian mixes the allopathic with the natural, and at least you're open and receptive, and that's what we like about you. Like when I went there for my earache, the first thing he said to me, "Were you eating milk?" I was like, "Is chicken got lips?" Of course I was eating milk.
You don't eat milk.
No, you know what I mean.
Okay.
So.
But yes, what I was hoping, you always ask people to turn up the radio so that they can see the picture, and I guess the picture speaks 1,000 words.
Yeah.
So we're encouraging people today to go online while we're here on the radio.
What's that site?
It's a Mayo Clinic site.
Okay.
And we're looking you're typing in Cushing's, Cushing ''S, syndrome.
Okay, we're typing that in.
And we'll go into the Mayo Clinic site and there will be a picture. Under the symptoms, there will be a picture.
And can I tell you? Okay, I see it. And when I saw that picture, I was like, wow, that describes quite a number of people we see in our town.
Right, there are children that look like that. There are young ladies, there are older ladies, there are older men, there are young men.
And here I thought my bugging eyes were sexy. I didn't know the bugging eyes were a symptom of something else.
Yes, it's interesting because all over the world there's the same eye.
Yeah?
The same eyes in Africa, the same eyes in Brazil, Japan. Whenever there's their illness, it's the same eye. What was interesting, there was a program, Dirty Jobs, on TV on Sunday morning with Mike something. And he was speaking to some Aborigines. And the Aborigines, actually, all of them had that Cushing syndrome like shape.
Really?
But Australia is known to be deficient in selenium.
Oh,
But
okay.
these people, I guess they get a lot of seafood, lots of iodine. They live off the sea, off their environment. But they're not getting the selenium, and so their thyroids are not working optimally.
And we hear that a lot. And especially a lot of women seem to be going through this whole issue with their thyroid.
Because the selenium is meant to protect. When you're making thyroid hormone, one of the steps is to produce hydrogen peroxide, which is toxic. And the selenium actually cools down that reaction.
It's too much chemistry, Lord.
Yes.
We just want a flat belly.
Chemistry is the truth. Chemistry is
that's it.
so interesting. And then selenium is also used to actually make thyroid hormone. So between those two things and our selenium levels in the soil, according to the tests that I had done, are saying that we are just as deficient as Australia and New Zealand.
Wow. But when you look at the things that we are going through, for a small population, we really do have some issues we need to address.
Right.
I mean, there are gated communities in some parts of California that have hundreds of thousands of people.
You're true.
And here we are, this small nation, with these amazing levels. Like, look at the diabetes stat. I still can't get that out of my head. And how many of us will be many of y'all will be diabetic by 2025. That's frightening. Young children.
Big city rate.
And
70%?
remember Dr. King at his clinic, 70% obesity.
That is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that number is incredible.
So what can we
But
do?
the thing is, it's not because people are greedy. It's not because people are lazy. It's not because people don't want to be healthy. It's not that people are not trying. It's just that some of these things are just not understood and not explained completely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And so people are trapped in this mysterious thing. They're trying hard. They're desperate. They're trying everything. Any new product on the internet,
Right.
on TV, people are trying. People want to do better. But it's just, it's these fine details.
Right, and unfortunately too, Dr. Cyprian, a lot of people equate obesity immediately to losing weight and they automatically go on a diet.
Right.
And what happens is a number of these diets fail them time and time again and they don't address the real issues like a mineral deficiency.
Right.
They don't address detoxifying. They don't address, even going to their physician and asking the important questions because everybody's issue is different. And one of my clients, she had called earlier, but she had a question for you, Dr. Cyprian. She says, why do men get fat?
Right.
You know, we're talking about obesity, we're talking about thyroid issues, we're talking about mineral deficiency and particularly selenium. But she asked a question, you know, as women, you know, we tend to say, okay, you know, our body's fat percentage is higher in women. We have children. And of course, women, particularly when they're stressed, most of the stress shows up in the form of weight gain. And so she asked the question. I said, I will definitely ask Dr. Cyprian that question.
That's a good
Why
question.
do men get fat?
And especially the Bahamian man, you know,
Yeah.
the bare belly. We got plenty of
Why
that.
do they get fat?
The thing is still the same chemistry. What happens is if you don't have children, you will get in this environment. You still end up seemingly to lose your selenium by
Really?
age 40.
Oh,
Thyroid
okay.
disease shows up in the textbook. Thyroid disease starts at age 40.
Really?
Yes, and so once whatever trace minerals we had that we were surviving on up until that point,
Right.
it's like we need a replenishing. And if we don't get those trace minerals, then illness and disease starts to set in. And by 10, 15 years later, it seems like so many people didn't catch up, didn't get their stuff, and pass away or get very sick.
Okay. Well, what about the women like me and many others who can't blame their fat on their children?
You had a child.
Yes, it got a little worse.
Actually, you
Right,
could.
But the
at age
Bahamian
40,
woman-
the
okay.
same thing happens to the woman, whether she has her children or not.
Okay.
All the trace minerals, if she didn't replenish them, she will still end up with the same result.